After a year of waiting, the Christmas update has just returned to Dandy's World. Although many players were a bit skeptical, because it was said there wouldn't be any new tunes over last year's event. That means we got the same 4 Christmas tunes to buy: Cole, Ginger, Rudy, and the start of the show, Bobette. But they are not exactly the same, and there have been some changes to their abilities. But Quell didn't disappoint, and there is still a handful of new stuff in the game. Most importantly, a new floor event was added, called Iced Over. When it's active, the entire floor turns to ice, and everyone starts sliding around. It's pretty funny. Apart from the same Christmas floor from last year, there was one more Christmas-themed map added, called the Seasonal Floor. In my opinion, it captures the Christmas vibe much better. It has a beautifully decorated ceiling, a bakery full of Christmas cookies, and also a huge ice skating rink right in the very center. There's also a small meet-and-greet area where visitors of the Garden View Center can meet Bobette, just like meeting Santa in shopping malls and other places. But it's not all fun and games. Just like Gordy, Bobette, as the main holiday tune, has some dark secrets that we knew would be revealed in this event. And on the seasonal floor, there are many hints that show us that Bobette didn't have it so easy. Are you ready to get to know Bobette? Not the one who is full of smiles and gives everyone presents, but the real her. In this video, I will walk you through the full Bobette lore. Full name Bobette Caroline is the main tune of the Christmas event, which was initially introduced to Dandy's World in last year's event. But the event was very last minute. It actually started in January 2025, way after Christmas. Because of that, the event felt rushed and lacked depth. As a result, there wasn't even much to know about the holiday tunes, including Bobette, except that she's cheerful and a huge giver, trying to make everyone around her happy. The only piece of lore in the game at the time was a note about what happens to holiday tunes after their time of the year has passed. In that, Arthur worries that holiday tunes don't get involved much after Christmas, saying they hide in the corners and don't interact with the public. Delilah replied that this behavior is expected and completely natural to them, and that it is actually for the better, since it saves money. Many players speculated whether it really means that the tunes choose not to talk with others during the off-season, or if they have no other choice because they are behind a locked door. Now we know it's rather the second one. It's kind of funny because for a long time, most people believed the tunes really just wanted to be alone, mostly arguing that Arthur would not let Delilah lock them away, since he cares so much about them. Because at least at the time of the last Christmas event, a lot of things pointed to the isolation theory. For example, the dialogue between Bobette and Ginger makes it sound like they haven't seen each other in a long time. Ginger and Bobette are both Christmas tunes, so it doesn't make much sense if they were in the same room. But as the spring event and later the Halloween event unfolded, the clues slowly started pointing the other way. Flight and Flutter are siblings and talk about being apart. Or in Gordy's gossip, he talks about times when he gets to see some non-holiday tunes, making it seem like he can't do that whenever he wants. And this Christmas event pretty much confirmed that the seasonal tunes are put away from other tunes once their holiday is over. The biggest teller comes from the gossip in Bobette's store. In the gossip about Brightney, Bobette talks about how she sees Brightney only during this time of the year. Something similar also appears in the gossip about Cosmo, where she says that Ginger mentions Cosmo even outside of Christmas. And in the one about Sprout, she says she wishes she could spend more time alone with him. But the biggest hint is Bobette and Gordy's interaction. If you read it closely, you'll notice that Gordy knows almost nothing about Christmas, the time of the year every kid is most excited about. He thinks that every holiday is the same as his, which is Halloween. That's why he talks about going from door to door, but believes that instead of candy, you get toys during Christmas time. Halloween is all he knows. So Bobette has to explain that Christmas doesn't work that way. Also, notice her last line. She seems to understand Gordy's situation and stops just before saying the word family. Now let's take a look at the new seasonal floor, because it's full of secrets. Not only is it a floor completely decorated for the Christmas tunes, with their photos and favorite things, but more importantly, there's a special room that belongs to Bobette and is probably her workshop, where she makes presents. We know that Bobette is the one who makes all the gifts, thanks to the CCTV footage that can also be found on this floor, playing in a loop. In the video, we can see Bobette talking to Arthur. Arthur is happy with how well Bobette did during that year's meet and greet. He then suggests that they should double the number of presents and bring joy to even more children. Bobette looks worried about the plan and asks who will make all those presents. Arthur quickly replies, asking who else would do it but her, unless she thinks she can't handle it. Bobette then reassures him that she definitely can. Keep this in mind, because it will be important later. But for now, let's go back to the topic of holiday tunes being locked away during the off-season. If you enter Bobette's workshop as one of the 4 holiday tunes, each of them says a special line. Rudy will say, "Whoa." Ginger will say, "Oh, Bobette." Cole will start whining. And Bobette herself will talk about not remembering leaving things like this. Players who are on the side of the theory of holiday tunes being locked away usually guess that they were locked on their own seasonal floors. It does make sense even from the perspective of the Garden View Center, where those parts of the educational center would probably be closed. But Bobette's line about not remembering leaving things like this reinforces the idea of a real basement of some sort. Remember how we figured that Bobette is the one who makes all the presents? Because that's not the only thing she does. Bobette is a real people pleaser. She will do anything to make everyone around her happy. If you look closely around the seasonal floor, you can start to notice a pattern. For many important items around the map, there are only 3, even though there are 4 Christmas tunes. There are only 3 stockings hanging on the wall or 3 milkshakes ready on a tray, and most of the wrapped presents come in just 3 colors. On the other hand, in the bakery section of the map behind the glass, you can notice only 1 apron. This strongly suggests that Bobette not only makes all the presents by herself, but she also does everything else around Christmas, bakes all the cookies, and even puts up all the decorations. I don't think this is about others not wanting to help her. It's more about Bobette not knowing how to say no and not knowing how to ask for help. We saw that in the security camera footage, where Arthur tells her to let him know if she needs any help. But Bobette stayed silent. But deep down, she knows she can't just do everything on her own forever. That's why she sat there for 4 whole hours, looking sad and exhausted. And that's also why she wrote the note you can find in her workshop. The letter reads, "Every time Christmas returns, it feels as if there is less time for me to spend with my friends. I know it's a big event for Garden View. I know it's important. I know I do a great job every single year. I hate to be any trouble after all. I'm perfect for my role. I've been perfect at it for years. Despite that all, despite it being my season, I have this feeling that I am not appreciated enough, and I don't like it. Can Delilah fix it? Is it a part of me? Can someone fix it? Please." This once again shows that Bobette takes too much on herself and needs help. She has tried to make everything perfect for so many years. She also focuses on looking perfect on the outside, so maybe other tunes didn't even realize how much she was caring and that she might need help. That's likely why their reactions in the workshop are as they are. They might be seeing this side of Bobette for the very first time, which is why they seem surprised and worried. In many ways, Bobette is similar to Glisten. He also overworks himself to keep up a flawless appearance. If you want to learn more about Glisten's insecurities and the insecurities of other tunes, check out this video. I'll see you there.